Well, hi, and thanks so much for giving me a chance to chat a little bit about the Flower Bridge project. This was one of my favorite projects, and I was just talking to friends recently about, I've been in public service for about 25 years, a quarter of a century now. And as the new town manager here in Simsbury, I was appointed by the Board of Selectmen this January. And one of the first duties I had was to prepare and compile and put together and submit to our Board of Selectmen the annual budget. And the decision to include the Flower Bridge project in that was one that was, not an easy one to make because, of course, it's an expensive project, long overdue. I think the main thing to point out in terms of the cost is that with no maintenance on the bridge for as long as was the case, you can understand why it's a pretty expensive project. But I'm so proud to have been the person that put it forward. And I would certainly take this opportunity to thank our voters and the referendum that pretty overwhelmingly said, yes, the community wants this project done. Really meant a lot to us at the staff level here at Town Hall. So it's a wonderful project. We're looking forward to it. I'm told by our team that it's running on time. And so we're keeping our fingers crossed there. But still, we realize that in these economic times, it's not it's not immediately clear to everybody that you should spend $2 million to renovate a bridge like this. But still, it is such a wonderful project. It attracts tens of thousands of people to Simsbury. Its history it speaks for itself. And to those who might have questioned the expense, I would say, sit back and enjoy it because it's going to be a wonderful addition to Simsbury's quality of life, and I'm looking forward to seeing its opening myself. I don't think this is necessarily an overstatement, but the Flower Bridge is really Simsbury's Eiffel Tower. And I was struck recently by somebody reminded me that the Eiffel Tower wasn't supposed to be up forever either. Originally it was just temporary. Later became, what we all know it is today. But if you look back at the Eiffel Tower's history, there were a good number of people that said we shouldn't spend the money. It's gargantuan. It's horrendous. It's this and that. And there were certainly some naysayers. And now we all know what it is as a symbol of Paris and France as a country. I would say the Flower Bridge is very much like that here in Simsbury. I don't know what you think about that, but certainly you and I have had some great conversations about this.
We have. It's true that when you hear people talk about the bridge, it's a place for them where they can be out in nature.
Right.
But safe. It's totally handicapped, so people who are in wheelchairs and that have a really easy time getting out over the river and up close to touch the flowers. It does a lot.
Well, I know from the people that I've spoken to about this just this year, it has generated so many memories.
Yes.
And, everything. But even just a family outing, many of our senior citizens will come, take the bus and go and visit the Flower Bridge, right? And I know as a parent of my two younger sons, for me, the biggest thing you could do as a parent is create a memory. And I think that, whether it's travel or camping or whatever we all do with our children. And I think the same thing's true as a public administrator. If we can, we've got to run the town and we've got to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. But amongst all of the things we do, then if you can create something special, I think I'll look back on it as a big highlight. So it's really good what you've accomplished.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.